Raven, and today we're going to do like a chit chat catch up kind of thing. Recently I did a poll on my community tab. If you haven't seen the poll, you should go. It's like a couple of videos down on my community tab, and it basically asked what you wanted to see on my channel. It had unboxings, hauls, vlogs or other, and so far I believe vlogs is winning, so here we are vlogging in my house today. I do plan to do some other vlogs out and about. I've had a pretty rushed week, so I just need a bit of chill time. It's been half term, so I've had all the kids here, and it's been a bit of a nightmare, I must say. I always find it very tiring having them at home, having to keep doing stuff and all the running around, but yeah, eventually they all leave home. Eventually. But yeah, so today I want to start my channel not with some sad news, but we need to show you something, so one sec. So about a week ago we lost one of the fish. I hate to say it, but we lost Zero, the littlest one. Unfortunately, he was found not breathing and unresponsive in the tank. So the other three fish, Jack and Fish and Chips, are still here. For some reason my camera is in black and white, so we're going to film in black and white today. Amazingly, it's in black and white. I don't know why, but yeah, we lost Zero. He is buried outside with Blossom, who is my cat that I lost about 5 years ago. We have Midnight somewhere. I think Midnight's in the other room, and he's doing really well. People always want to know how Midnight is, and yeah, here we go. Let's show you Midnight. Midnight! Middy! He's just having his breakfast, look. Look, Middy! Middy! Oh, look at him, look. Loving his breakfast. Hey, sweetie. Want to say hello? He's just had his breakfast. Yeah. So, that's Middy. We'll let him finish his breakfast. So, a lot's gone on this week. We've obviously had half term. On Monday my son goes back to college to do his final exams. He's got 2 weeks of final exams and then he leaves college. My little one, my little son's done his SATs exams. They're all over with now, and he's got 6 weeks left of primary school. And my middle child has about 6 weeks as well, and he leaves high school, so soon I will have only one child left in school, which will be my youngest, and the other two will have left. So it makes me feel old. It's my birthday soon, end of June, so them leaving school and it being my birthday, I'm just starting to feel old now. It's getting to the point where it's like, oh my god, my kids have left school, I'm ancient. But you know. And then we've been searching for a car. That's as fun as no, it's not fun. We've been searching for a car and we're having no luck, and our budget just doesn't stretch, and people keep messing us around when it comes to cars, so we are having an awful time. But we will get a car nonetheless. We've been busy. We have been out in the garden. We've done our hedge over the last week. Lawn still needs doing. We have started to do the back garden, where we are trying to get the car bit ready, because we're going to have the car out the back. So we've been out there ripping out parts of the hedge and that, because we need to fit the car around the back, because unfortunately we don't have any parking. So we don't have any parking, so we need somewhere to put the car, and the best place to put the car would be round the back, because the insurance is cheaper. if we can park it on our property, it lowers it by a couple of £100. So, but yeah, we're trying to get a car, but the problem we have is the limited budget. Obviously my partner works and I don't, due to medical reasons, so I wouldn't say we're struggling, but trying to fit the car in as well. But it's a necessity. We need a car for my back and for my partner's work, you know, it's a necessity around here. We rely on public transport if not, and it would be so nice to just say let's go out and just go without needing, you know, to have a bus service, and then you have to travel on 2 or 3 buses to get where you want. So it's not the best. So let me have a sit down and we'll have a little chin wag. Little Middy, look. Little Middy guarding my house. Isn't that right, Middy? That's where he sits most of the day. Half in, half out. He can't decide whether to be in the house or out of the house. But I've been thinking about my channel, and I've done a lot recently to my channel. I've started doing narrated videos, if you've seen my narrated videos. If not, there is a playlist that you can listen to. I've started narrating videos on certain subjects. I'm starting to do more advice rather than things like unboxings and stuff because of budget. I hit 1.5k for anyone that still follows my channel and the whole supporter thing. I did hit 1.5k, amazingly. I'm so happy. And I've hit 76k views recently as well. So both my views and my subs are going up, which is good. And I'm still doing 3 videos a day at present, sometimes 4 if I put out a live stream or a special video, either one of my narrated ones or something. But I don't know how many videos I'm doing a day from now on, whether I'm going to continue. At the minute I'm continuing to do 3, I think, doing 1 in the morning, afternoon and evening. As long as I can keep that kind of speed up, I'll be fine. If it dwindles, then it dwindles. At the end of the day, I do have family, but I do have a lot of free time as well, so I do find that I do have time to do at least 2 videos a day. Even if I cut it down to 2 videos a day, I have plenty of time to do at least 2, because I am at home most of the time, and there's only so much housework you can do before it. But yeah, so other things, I did a video the other day called Channels to Watch, number 3. If you haven't seen them, I highly recommend watching them. It's not to get sub and all that. It's not what the videos are for. The videos are to highlight channels that I personally watch myself and that I think others should be getting more, or that really have some good content and you should check them out. So it's not a sub for sub thing. It's to highlight channels that have good content, work really hard, and deserve to have their channel looked at. And I've done 3 of them so far. So if you want to see if you've been featured, you can check them out. There are 3 videos and they feature in my vlog/vlog ideas, or you can check them in and just look up channels I watch, and there's 3 of them. The last one went out a couple of days ago, I think, or possibly yesterday. It's a little mini series that I'm going to keep going every couple of weeks. Any channels that I've now started to watch and I think that you should watch will be highlighted. And I met loads of people the other day on the Networking Friday streams. There was like 4 or 5 streams simultaneously, one after the other, and I met some wonderful people. There was Farm Elf Fanatic, there was Linda's House of Chill, there was Ralph's Trucking, there was Blood X, and then I went to bed. So I met 4 of the network people, or the Friday network people, whatever they call themselves. I just happened to stumble on them. I was going to watch Farm Elf Fanatic, and then they were like, oh, it's Networking Friday. Basically, you go to loads of different streams, one after the other on Friday. They don't tell you who the next stream is, so you have to stay there to find out, and you have to stay the entirety of the evening for like, I think it's 5 or 6 hours. You go from one stream to another, but they only tell you in like the last 5 minutes of the stream who the next person is, and then you go to that channel, and then you kind of raid their channel. And I thought that was well fun, and I managed to hit 1.5k doing that. But I've met a load of cute, awesome channels, and I've had so many nice comments on my videos from new people saying that the videos are really good, they're different, they're unique, and it's some awesome content on there. So I can only say that I'm hoping that they're true supporters and they stay around. I did lose some supporters. I lost about 10 the next day, but the YouTube algorithm is always upping and downing your subs, so a couple of subs doesn't really bother me. As long as I stay, you know, over 1k, I'm not going to lose a ton to worry about. In this day and age, it's more your watch time you need to worry about more than your subs. Once you've hit 1k subs, you're flying basically, and then it's just getting your watch time, which I don't have enough of. I have like half of the watch time, so I'm not doing it for the watch time. Yes, the watch time would be good. Yes, getting paid would be good, and it would help me with being, you know, being off work. But Rome wasn't built in a day. So my channel will grow in time, and it is growing. As I said, I hit 1.5k the other day. Yes, it took me about 6 months to get there, but you know, you only get out of your channel what you put in. So the more work you put in, the more you get out. And I have been a bit lax, I would say, the last 3 or 4 months. I have been putting videos out, but the ideas have to come for the content, as they say. You need the ideas, you know, boom, boom, boom. And I have a ton of ideas. Like I did the sheep fair the other day. If you haven't seen my video, I did a video of the sheep fair. Like, weirdest video you could ever imagine, just filming sheep. But I had such a good day. I was only out for a couple of hours. It was hot, it was crowded. And the pushy shovey thing, you know, with a bad back like me, I'll lay someone out. But I did get some sheep footage. If you want to look at that, it's called Swaffham Sheep Fair. A day at the Swaffham Sheep Fair, I think I called it. So just go on my channel, look up sheep. And then I did a special video for the Soulless Trenchcoat, who has a channel on YouTube, who said that he didn't like sheep, he liked goats, and I did a special video for him all about goats, because he has this thing that sheep are assholes, and that he loves goats. Sheep are apparently creepy and the devil, and okay, I was like, okay, but he loves goats, so I did a video all about goats. And there's a dedication to Soulless at the end of it, and there's the link to his channel in the description as well, so you can go follow him on that video as well. So people liked the fact that I said about watching Netflix last month. So this month's Netflix has been a bit more dark, I must say. I've watched a lot more dark programs this month. I basically went through Netflix cult videos. That sounds weird. Why cult videos? Well, I was looking through serial killers. There you go. In with the weird. I was looking through serial killers because I generally watch crime, investigation, forensics. I have a whole fascination with, not a fascination with serial killers, but they're intriguing. Their mindset, their mannerisms, are you born that way, and that kind of thing. So I was looking up serial killers, and this video called Cult of the End of the World came up. And I was kind of watching it, and I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. Crazy. So you had like Cult of the End of the World, which was a guy that was convincing people that the end of the world was nigh and we were all gonna die. And then I found this other cult one, where this guy called Michelle basically got 100 followers to believe he was the son of Christ, Um, but it was a dark undercover for the fact that he was sleeping with the men, and there was loads of underhanded, backhanded stuff in it. And then I watched this one where there was a guy called Osho, or Bahagdan, which was a cult that was in India originally, and then in the 80s it ended up in America, in Oregon, took over an entire town, basically had thousands upon thousands of followers. It hit the news and the headlines, and apparently they had sexual practices, and they were underhanded, they had guns, and they were just this weird organisation that were trying to I suppose unite the world in peace and love, as they claim to have wanted to do. They did poison an entire town's water supply, and then they also tampered with the food and gave an entire town salmonella to try and prove some kind of point. But you can find these on Netflix, and it's a weird thing to say I watched them. I also watched the Charles Manson stuff, which was just... I love Charles Manson's music, it's so rich and raw, but his message of just brutally slaughtering people for no reason due to a helter-skelter thing that he'd convinced these girls, these poor girls that weren't even like poor or, you know, of non-mental capacity. These girls were perfectly fine girls. Some came from even good families, excuse the ban, and they were doing really well in life from what we can gather, and they just found this guy that preached to them, turned them into these kind of, I want to say, slaves of his, and made them brutally kill a woman. She was pregnant, she was a celebrity, it hit the news. It's just crazy. There's some crazy people out there, but in a weird way, it is fascinating, I must say. Not to like say, oh, serial killers and cults are wonderful. They are just the human psyche. How you can convince thousands upon thousands of people that you're the Messiah, and that the end of the world is coming, and these people genuinely believed you and would follow you to the ends of the earth on just what you say. It's just crazy. It just fascinates me. And the same thing with serial killers. You know, the human psyche is an intricate thing. But I won't bore you with all that. But yeah, that was my Netflix for the week. I decided to have a week of looking into different cults, and it is fascinating, totally fascinating, to watch these people follow someone literally to the ends of the earth, would do anything for them. They'd kill themselves, they'd kill people. It just blows my mind. So that was my Netflix week. That's basically what I've been watching. The only other thing I watched was the RuPaul's Drag Race finale. If anyone else was like me and wanted Evie Oddly to win, you are awesome. I knew she had it in her. Evie Oddly came first. Brooklyn Heights was second. Aquarius, I think her name was third. And then Silky Nutmeg Ganache, who was, I suppose, highly favourite to win it, only came fourth. So, which is a shame, because I think she did really well. She was confident and vivacious, but there's more to being a drag queen than just having a big personality. Brooklyn Heights gave the dance of her life, but Evie had my heart from day one. Her weird and odd and her quirkiness. And her finale dance, if you haven't seen the finale of RuPaul's Drag Race, watch it. Even if you don't watch the rest of the season, watch the finale. Evie's costume, her dancing, and the surprise that she has in her costume. But then, Silky Nutmeg Ganache, her performance, she had hair colour changes, clothes change, she put her heart into that. And I think she generally was crushed not to win. I think she believed from the minute she was in there she was going to win it. And Evie, oddly, to most people, because of her weirdness, was the underdog right from the start. And she just nailed it and came through. I did like Scarlet Envy as well. She was one of my other favourites, but she went out maybe 4 or 5 weeks before the end. But she gave it her all as well, despite the entire work from hating her, which in my eyes is go girl, you know, still work it. Who gives a shit whether they like you or not? You're not there to make friends, you're there to win a crown, girl. So, as everybody says, if you can't love somebody else, how the hell are you going to love somebody else? Can I get an amen? You've got to love yourself first before you love other people. So I think I said that wrong. So if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love somebody else? Now, I'm not religious, but you can amen if you like. So I don't know how else to vlog today. This was kind of an impromptu vlog. I wanted to let you know how I was doing, how the fish were doing, that we'd lost 0, RIP my little friend. And that I generally, what I've been up to for the week. So if this is the kind of vlog you like, give me a big thumbs up, comment down below any other types of vlogs you want to see, or any subjects you want me to talk about. I am happy to talk and divulge on many subjects. Maybe elaborate on what kind of vlogs. I would love to go out and about, which I will do once I'm starting to feel better. Having the kids off takes a lot out of me. But if you haven't already, do check out my channel. If you want to check out all my other vlogs I've done recently, there is a playlist. You can check out playlists for most of my content, whether it's hauls, shoppings, unboxings, my vlogs. All my premieres have their own thing. And remember to check out the videos for the channels I watch, in case you're featured. You never know. Also, I did a read in your comments one as well, so if you leave me comments quite often, there's a chance you were also featured in that. So check that out. It was called Reading Your Comments. It was about a week ago. But I do have many more narrated. Smule is still going because people are loving it, and I just love my channel. So please follow the Midnight Raven, like and subscribe, and keep up to date with me and Midnight's world, I suppose. And I'll hopefully see you very soon for another vlog. Comment down below any ideas you have for vlogs. Bye!